and Diane, two American kids growing up in the heartland. Jackie gonna be a football star, Diane debutante backseat of Jackie's car. Sucking on chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze. Diane sitting on Jackie's lap, got his hands between her knees. Jackie said, hey Diane, let's run off behind the shady trees. Dribble off them Bobby books, let me do what I please and say, oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. Jackie sits back, reflects his thoughts for the moment, scratches his head and does his
Welcome to ProMotion Live from Market Square. We've got a great show lined up for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that below. We really appreciate you tuning in, and we bring this show to you every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, with some great guests, and today is no exception. We're joined by Tommy and Jody, Gypsy Moon. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Thank you for having us.
Hey, really glad to have you guys here because you are certainly a busy couple.
Yes, we are.
You play so frequently around here, and we're really glad to have you in. You've got a great sound. But let's get a little bit of backstory. How did you guys meet? How did you guys form this duo?
Okay. Well, we met. I had a recording studio in Columbus, Ohio, and I played a lot of gigs as a lead guitar player with different bands, and I happened to be in a band that wanted a female backup singer. So I advertised, and I would audition, and Jody came to an audition. And it was kind of interesting. She brought her son and a friend and plenty of bodyguards.
I didn't know him from Adam, so I was protecting myself.
Absolutely. Had you ever done anything like that before? Had you ever auditioned for something?
No.
What kind of sparked that in you?
Well, I'd always loved singing, and at that time in my life, I was catering, and as I was setting up, I would sing. And one of my coworkers one day said, you know, if you have to make extra money, why are you not in a band? So that kind of sparked the interest. And the only time I ever really looked online for an ad for someone looking for a backup singer or just a singer. So, yeah.
That's cool. So when she came in, did you know right away?
No, not really. We had a very long friendship and courtship, and I was very interested in her voice from a solo perspective. So we started working together, and
I went over every chance I could to sing.
So we ended up, after my gig, after her catering, we would meet at the Waffle House, and I don't know how long we had that relationship.
Yeah, we did.
Until it blossomed into dating.
That's awesome. Why the Waffle House? Because the Waffle House was always my staple, like in high school, and even now, like it's comfort food. It's something about it.
Well, it's probably the only thing open at 2 a.m., right?
True. If you're getting off at catering
Yeah.
and stuff like that,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I would call him, or I would text him and be like, I should be done about 2. So we would meet at the Waffle House.
There's nothing like a Waffle House at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I know, and we would laugh. We would
We
sit there and
laughed so
laugh,
hard.
and we
Wow.
just had such a connection, and ultimately, got married and came here to Tennessee, and we lived and enjoyed our life together a lot of years, really doing this other than for friends and family.
Right.
Oh, very cool. So, what made you want to get out and start doing it like professionally?
So a couple summers ago, we just happened to bring our guitar on our boat, and we went over to our friend's dock, and there was a bunch of them sitting around, and we played the guitar, and they're like, "You guys really need to do something with that." So I think that's what started getting the wheels turning in my head.
So, sometimes it takes, a good group of friends to just give you that kick in the rear and be
Isn't
like,
that the truth?
it's like we know we can do this, but
Right.
it helps to have that validation from somebody that you're really close to as
Correct.
well.
When you're
Yes.
going to take a dive like that,
Yeah.
throw yourself out to the public,
Yeah.
which we did. So we planned, we invested in equipment, some state of the art equipment, and kept adding, and I basically evolved into a one-man band,
Yeah.
which I didn't see happening, but we have a great time.
We do.
doing what we do.
And people seem to have a great time with you because I mean you bring a lot of folks out. There's a lot of dedicated fans that really enjoy what you do. Picking your song choices and stuff like that, was that really like a back and forth? Like you're both like, It's hard to settle on songs like that when you're gonna have to play
It
them so
is.
much.
Well, I am such a country girl, and I tell the crowd this pretty much every time we play is I'm a country girl at heart. My husband likes to push me outside my comfort zone. So that's what gets us into the Melissa Etheridge and the Bryan Adams and the John Mellencamp kind of stuff.
We do agonize, and we do have a lot of back and forth. But I can say one thing about us, what we have developed. It doesn't matter if it's her song, the one she brought, or the one I brought. If we play it 2 or 3 times and it's flat, we let it go.
Yeah, if we have no response, we don't.
We move on pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean you got to read the crowd. I mean whether you enjoy doing it or not, if people aren't enjoying listening to it,
They're not at the place to hear me sing my favorite song. They
Right.
want to hear us play their favorite.
Yeah.
So.
Man, it's hard for some artists to come to that realization too.
Oh yeah, and I have to. While we're on the live show subject, my
Yes.
wife has developed into an incredible entertainer. You can't keep her on stage. She could not play with a microphone on a wire. And the number of events that we played where she had the entire place singing with her. And if you start singing, she's likely to stick a microphone in front of your mouth.
I will.
And
People will. I'll be walking by them. They'll be like, "Not me." Walk by me.
Well, that's a great, because you guys have a really great energy, and I think you can even see it in the live session. And obviously, that comes from you guys being so close. But performance is a hard thing solo to
Yeah.
contain that energy and to pull people in. As a duo, you can kind of lean on one person or the other, but you can't just stand there like not on a log. You've got to have just as much energy as the person next to you.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we both bring all we have every
We
time,
do.
and a lot of times we get home and we feel like we've done aerobics all night. We're talking like we
Yeah.
need a spa or something,
Yeah.
to.
Get that endorphin rush when you get home. You're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Look how many steps I put on my phone tonight, honey.
She always checks her steps.
Yeah, you got to. Even if you're pacing in place, it counts, right? And I think you see a lot of artists have that similar experience. They go out, play even for 30 minutes to 3 hours. And if you've really putting yourself out there, you're going to come home, you're going to be exhausted, but you're going to feel great about yourself.
Yeah.
That's right. We are.
Well, and as you mentioned, you're a bit of a country girl at heart, and I think
am.
people could tell that in the song that we chose from your live session, Little White Church.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take a look at that real quick. Gypsy Moon, live from ProMotion Studio with their cover of Little White Church.
Hello, we are Gypsy Moon, and we are at downtown Knoxville at the ProMotion Studio. Our first song for you today is Little White Church. You've been singing
And we are back. That was Gypsy Moon live from ProMotion Studios. That was from their live session, their cover of Little White Church. Check out the full live session. Great performance there, and definitely get out and catch them live if you have a chance, if that didn't sell you on it.
Yes.
And speaking of the live stuff, you just said you were working on putting more songs together, making kind of like what do they call it?
I guess you'd call it a medley.
Medleys, yeah.
Yes, and we're getting a lot better at that. And it's funny because what I find is from an entertainment standpoint, you get the best each song has to offer,
Right.
without going too long in it or just keeping the interest up of the crowd.
Absolutely.
And so we work very hard to go from song to song, have very little dead air. And then we really like putting those songs together, and we're getting a lot better at producing those.
I think some of the most fun thing about a medley is you can hear the similar kind of patterns that are repeated throughout pop music. If you've got a great if you've got a great medley of like 3 or 4 songs, even if it's from the same artist or different artists, and you keep that same kind of tempo, beat,
That's
but the
right.
vibe or the tone can change a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only other thing you have to be cognizant of is the key. Make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
they
yeah.
all stay in that same key,
Right.
and it works, and it really people respond to it.
Yeah, that's a great way to keep your audience engaged because, man, there's some great songs that drag on for about 4 or 5 minutes, and that's about a minute or two too long for a
Correct.
lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing you know, your audience is checking their phone.
Yeah. So, what are some of the medleys that you're excited about? I'd love to hear what you're putting together.
We're doing kind of country mixes.
Fun.
Most of them. We did a recent one, an old John Denver song mixed with Alabama,
Wow.
and we really focus on upbeat stuff. So.
That's really knowing your audience too, though.
Right.
Like that's really like that's within those same niche categories.
We've come to realize, we live in Tennessee, and when people come down here, we play Gatlinburg, they're thinking country.
Right.
And I probably was thinking we needed to be more rock than what we did for quite a while, even though we do a lot of classic rock in our show.
I think classic rock works.
Yeah, I think you got your classic and southern rock. There are some of your fringe bands that are always going to be popular favorites, but it is East Tennessee country bluegrass kind of own the day around here. That's why I think you hear so much country with that southern rock inspired sound now.
Right.
It's because so many people grew up listening to classic rock on the radio and that country, because that's about all you've got to choose from.
Right, exactly.
But you also mentioned that you guys are working on some originals.
Yes.
We are. It's funny how I've always been a live musician, and originals never really made me money. I had them. At one time, I had a pretty decent catalog, and but now it seems like both of us have kind of changed our focus a bit to working on originals. So we started writing one just last night, and I think we're coming up with a good process on that.
Yeah.
And this one's called "We Were Meant to Be Us."
How genuine. That's endearing. That's an endearing title right there.
Yeah, and so we're working on that. Jody will take the memo feature on the iPhone.
I was about to ask, do you dictate your lyrics to?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
actually, what it helps is that we catch the chords and the melody. We can write down lyrics, and I know the chords, but sometimes you can lose that melody.
Yeah, you get that kind of just melody in your head, and you're just like, I can't really remember it. That's like have people play don't play the same solo over and over again. It's like it's hard to remember all those notes.
And I've got Jody's working on right now an old song I wrote. I've had it for a long time called "I Won't Sing the Blues for You," which is a blues song claiming they're not going to sing the blues for you. But
So you've turned it over to her.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think a lot of the original thought for me was I wasn't sure of myself as a vocalist until, probably the last 6 months, maybe. Just because I didn't think, he's helped me a lot to go from the key, key changes. Is that what we do?
I mean, you have to. It's a lot of practice, and I mean, for somebody. When did you really start like professionally singing?
2 years ago.
That's amazing.
So it was. Facebook just reminded us last week. It was about 2 weeks a year ago. 2 years ago. I'm sorry. We played our first Gypsy Moon together show at Chapman Hill Winery in Follett.
And I have told her to remove it from Facebook, by the way, because it's not remotely representative.
It's not. It doesn't represent us, but I mean, if you want to see where we started or how I started, he's always been a fantastic guitar player.
Well, 2 years is really phenomenal for where you guys are at, because natural talent's one thing, but you've got to be able to do that consistently and for 3 hours. You know, it's one thing to get up and sing one song well. To sing 150 songs well is difficult. Right. And it says a lot about your passion for it that you're able to do that.
Yeah, I'm very passionate about it. I don't think that I've ever been like, I don't want to do this. I'm always like, you know, we set up and I just like, I'm ready. Like, I don't want to wait 15 minutes. I want to start now.
Awesome.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So when can people expect to hear some original stuff?
I'm hoping pretty soon, actually. It would have to be the right venue. We have a lot of private dates, a lot of Norris Lake dates. I think now we command enough attention to do that. Yeah. And maybe people will take a moment and at least
indulge us.
Whether or not they want to invest or not, right?
Right. I love Norris Lake. Grew up on Norris Lake. Where do you guys play out there?
Oh my gosh!
Is it Stardust?
We're going to be playing at Stardust. We're going to be playing at Sequoia Marina,
awesome.
Lone Mountain, Mountain Lake, Sugar Hollow.
Man, it's a beautiful area, but man, some of those boat docks get wild.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We're working on merchandise right now. So we're working on T-shirts.
Very cool.
For the summer, T-shirts, hats with our logo on them, and with all the bookings that we have on Norris Lake, I think there's 15, 16 of them. We're going to put them on the back of our T-shirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
that's
we
smart.
can brand it, and maybe people on vacation will want to take that home.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, and I wanted to ask you before we go, name Gypsy Moon. Where'd that come from?
It was a labor of love. I mean, I sent out a text to our friends, again, who have heard us play and said, we need to name our duo. And they just started throwing names out at us. You know, I know that Gypsy was something separate, Moon was something separate, and, you know, there was a lot of different names.
And then it just gets parsed out. That's great to crowdsource it from your friends, though.
We did.
Yeah, that's right.
We did. I mean, it was nothing that we came up with on our own. It was
that gives them some kind of agency in it as well. They feel like they helped create it, so they want to tell people about Gypsy Moon.
And they do.
Right,
we have very supportive friends.
Yeah.
We've been very blessed.
Awesome.
Very blessed.
So what's the best way for people to get in contact with you if they want to book you for a show, if they want to reach out and get some of that merch, anything like that?
Yes, so we are on Facebook, Gypsy Moon Knoxville, or at Gypsy Moon Knoxville.
Is Gypsy _Moon?
Gypsy _Moon, yes. Yeah. Thank you for remembering that.
No problem.
And we did just recently have a couple folks reach out to us via our website and contact us here.
And so that's gypsymoon.com?
Yeah, that's what's the website.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. And we'll be looking forward to that original music, I'll tell you what.
Isn't that Gypsy Moon at WordPress?
It's WordPress, yeah. It's on our Facebook page. I don't have it memorized.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
People can find you pretty easy, and of course we have links to their stuff on our website as well, and of course through our Facebook we're constantly sharing new events that they're playing because they play very frequently around here. I suggest you go over to their page and click their events tab and just see all the shows that they've got lined up, and come out, support a show, be on the lookout for new music and merch coming soon, maybe by the summer, and really glad to have you guys here, and we look forward to working with you again.
And I do want to make mention real fast before we go. We are very kid-friendly. So when we play and we happen to see kids in the crowd who are kind of like staring at us doing what we do, we try to include them in the show and we'll have them sing with us. And I started giving out stickers. We have Gypsy Moon stickers made too. So I feel like that's a really good thing for parents to know that when you come to our show, your children
They're welcome.
Definitely going to have a good time.
Well, I mean, as engaging as you are as performers, you get kids dancing, you can turn a party on its head real
Yes,
quick,
you
man.
can.
You can get that energy jacked up real quick.
That's right.
Yeah, nothing changes the mood of a room like a smile on a kid's face. So.
That's right.
All right. Gypsy Moon, everybody, please
you
go
so
follow them on
much.
all the socials. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that down below. Follow us because we do this every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. ProMotion, live from Market Square. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.